Introduce you to the current owner. This is Alex Bosian, the current owner of this property, Chandelier's Fine Dining. He's the gentleman that took this historical property and had the vision to turn it into a beautiful restaurant and preserve some of our history down here. So Alex is going to take us inside and show us around.
Sure, come on. Come on in.
Sure. So if you can just tell us a little bit, Alec, about the building and what you've done to it.
Oh, we did many new things, new addings and fixing ups. So you can see now it looks much different, but still looks parts original, like floor, like ceiling, all is still original, just rebuilt nicely.
Right, that's what I was going to mention, is that all of the hardwood floors in here are the original floors from the Kresge store, and also the ceiling. Is it tin ceiling?
Yes. That took us 5 months, 4 or 5 months almost to finish all this project. And the front end, the back end took a little bit longer. So probably 1 year we spent here fixing one part at a time.
So how did your vision and your idea for taking this old retail building and turning it into a restaurant, how did that come about?
It's something that I didn't thought to do it. I just got a property and then there's restaurant here. So I said, why not make something nice from this old building? So that the idea started, and we thought we're going to just start a little bit, but we couldn't stop. So we still fixing and until become a very nice place.
That's right. So the building was built in 1952 and the Kresge store was here till 1994. So between it being a Kresge's and Chandelier's, there was other businesses that were in here, like coffee shops and that sort of thing, right?
I think so, yes. I don't know, I'm new here, so when I just come to Prince Albert, there was another coffee shop here in front, and the back was bingo hall, I think so, and they were closed for a couple of years.
So can you take us back and show us what you've done with the ballroom, which used to be the old Kresge's coffee shop and diner. I remember having my grilled cheese sandwiches there when I was little.
This is a smaller private room here, up to 30 person can sit for meetings, small meetings, and then we make a little bit bigger room here in the back. It's all finished, can be sitting 150 people in this place, and even more if it's not table setting.
And so all of this duct work in the ceiling is all the original?
Everything is
also?
original, yes. We just painted and fixed it up. Yes, so it's all original. The ceiling and the floor is original. And the sides too. So some new walls, but most of them are old. So. I have another business here, so this business is not my kind of business, but I thought that Prince Albert will be glad to have something nice in Prince Albert here, so I decided to do the restaurant.
The history of downtown is very important to the association. We have a number of historical buildings that are still in very good condition, and this building here, originally being the Kresge store, was at some point almost destined to be destroyed because there was no viable business operating. It didn't seem to be embraced by the community as really having any historical significance. So when Mr. Bosian purchased the property and had a vision to restore some of the historical aspects of the building and put in a viable business, we were very anxious and excited to work with him and to help him to promote his business and see that this was a vision that would come to fruition. Preserving our built history isn't just about having emotional attachments to our buildings, but there's also an environmental component as well as economical reasons for maintaining some of these older buildings. And this Kresge's being converted into a fine dining is absolutely an example of what can be done by reusing some old materials, as Alex had mentioned, not necessarily just restoring the building in its original form, but taking pieces of it and preserving those and using them in different aspects of the building.
Alex has done a wonderful job at restoring this building, and it's a good example of adaptive reuse of a historic building. I'm told that one of the most beneficial buildings with regards to the environment is one that's being reused. So he's done a great job not only in providing fine dining for the citizens in Prince Albert and Saskatchewan, but also at the environment by reusing existing materials.
With me here today is one of our summer students. He's been with us a number of summers now, and of course his job is very diverse with everything from social issues to economic development. But James Banneman maybe could tell us a little bit about how history has tied into his summer employment with us.
Over the course of the past 4 years, I've had the opportunity to work here with Jane and also the museums downtown in Prince Albert. And since I've been here, I've grown to appreciate what we have here in Prince Albert and the heritage of the people who'd come before us and what they had built here, their lives and a history that we now call our own.
Thank you for joining us here in Prince Albert, the oldest city in Saskatchewan. And if you're ever here visiting in person, there's a number of historical buildings that you can drive by. Some of them even have an opportunity to stop in and see. Keyhole Castle, the provincial courthouse just up on Central Avenue, a number of old bank buildings downtown, the historical museum, which used to be the fire hall. There's just a wealth of history and built heritage in this city of Prince Albert, and we'd love to have you come and visit us.
And make sure you make time out to stop at Chandelier's for supper.
Thank you for joining us as we've watched another episode of Yes, Gargoyles Do Live in Saskatchewan. My name is Audrey Price, and I'm the Provincial Coordinator for the Architectural Heritage Society of Saskatchewan. I want to tell you a few things about us, about what we do to help keep our built heritage for our future generations. We're a nonprofit society supported by SaskCulture and Saskatchewan Lotteries, whose main focus is to be the catalyst for education and preservation of Saskatchewan's built heritage. We do this by offering membership in the Society to individuals and various organizations across Saskatchewan. We publish the Heritage Quarterly magazine, which highlights stories about Saskatchewan people and their efforts to preserve our built heritage. Members are encouraged to contribute articles and receive the publication as a benefit of their membership. We provide financial incentives to members through grants for the express purpose of keeping our built heritage for future generations. This series is also a part of that process of sharing with Saskatchewan people all the wonderful stories and the places those stories happened in.
Thanks for watching another episode of Yes, Gargoyles Do Live in Saskatchewan.